All right. And we're back. Welcome to episode 17 of Green Light and Banter.
And I know it is because we discussed it beforehand.
Yep, because someone never believes the statement. But
Yes, Virginia, we are on episode 17.
yeah, and today is December 14th,
The year of our Lord.
2023.
You see, that's how it should go. You should put year of our Lord before the date. Before the year.
You just did.
Yes, but normally we do, we'll discuss this another time.
I don't know why it matters.
Nothing matters.
So, you may have noticed we didn't have a podcast last week.
We temporarily had a falling out.
We just couldn't stand each other any longer. However, we spend roughly 10 hours a day in the same room.
Yes, but we face away from each other. If we were facing each other, this room would be a bloodbath.
Like this? Like
yes.
right now?
Yes.
So, it is the holiday season, as we discussed
It's holiday season.
in episode 15. So things are busy.
Yes, especially for you. Me, not so much. I mean, I'm still trucking along, doing what I do. But now, if you have for those of you out there that have youngsters playing high school sports, now's a pretty busy time of year, especially for the basketball players. I remember it was daily.
Oh, it's every day.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, there's, a game tomorrow?
I have no idea.
Yeah, tomorrow and Saturday. However, I will be out of town.
Where do you think you're going?
Going to the woods.
A man can find himself in the woods.
Yeah, we're going to have a little getaway to escape cell phone coverage.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
And, in fact, it's one of the best star viewing areas. There's no light pollution.
Where's it at?
In the middle of the Big South Fork.
There's no light pollution there?
Not in this valley.
They say Amish country is I'm not sure if 10 is possible as far as if it's on a scale from 1 to 10 or 0 to 9, the light pollution. But because I don't think 10's obtainable.
I don't think one exists. Or, I'm sorry, 0.
No, here can be 0. In the middle of Africa, it's very much 0 light pollution.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be weird now.
Yeah, I mean, when there's 0 light pollution, you can see literally the Milky Way going above head. Oh, it's over there. It's like, what in the world? Somebody's trying to call me.
I remember as a kid seeing the stars like that.
I remember seeing, my grandparents down in Alabama seeing quite a bit more stars, but I don't believe I've ever seen it.
The Milky Way.
To where, yeah, I mean, you've seen those pictures where you can see the band.
Well, I think those are pictures, so that picks up, more light than you can see.
Yeah, but I've spoken to people that's been to Africa that says you can actually see the spiral arm in our area.
Well, you see the clouded area, right? I don't think you see the spiral arm.
Well, you see the R part of the spiral,
like the cloud.
Yeah. I mean, but it's quite impressive.
Well, I mean, hopefully it looks like good weather for the weekend, so.
Well, and also technically, when you look at a star. I know this has nothing to do.
You're looking at light from.
Yeah, you're looking back in time.
Millions of years.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I know that's. Have we talked about space before? We have.
Oh, we haven't. We really haven't. We may have touched on it, but that's a subject we could have like a 2.5 hour podcast about because I find myself a amateur stargazer at times.
Really?
I go on.
Did you take astronomy in college?
I did not, but I'm currently trying to purchase high tech telescope, the ones that hooks up to your computer.
So you can
But if you
track objects. And,
yeah, you can program it to track. But,
I've always wanted one.
Yeah, but to pay retail is a sucker's gambit. I'm going bidding on auctions, and I've been, what's it called when they outbid you right at the last sniping or snaking or?
Yeah, snipe.
Yeah, I get sniped all the time.
Do you use snipe on auctions?
I don't think that's a thing.
It is a thing.
What do you mean?
There's a thing called Auction Sniper.
That goes on?
Yeah, it's an app.
Well, that's cheating. I thought these were people that were sitting there.
Nope. I could show you. I've done it for years.
So where does it end?
What do you mean?
Well, if I'm on that and you're on that and Joe Blow in Wichita's on that and Sally Forth and New Jersey's on it, who snipes who last?
Whoever has the programmed amount of money set, it wins.
I'm just tired of it all.
I always use it because, and it's not to necessarily outbid someone, but my eBay stuff, I use that because I don't know why I use it.
Doesn't it seem like you're getting away with something?
No.
Well, I just want it known on my side of the spectrum here. I feel like you all are getting away with something. Here I am in good faith, sitting beside the computer. Yeah, I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. I'm hitting the clicks here.
What's the difference?
A massive amount is the difference.
I think you're just not working smart.
You really?
I've used Auction Sniper for 20 years.
And you sleep well at night?
Doesn't bother me a bit.
Huh. That would rob me of precious hours.
But I mean, I still lose.
How?
Other people outbid me.
Nobody's outbidding you if you're not bidding. If you're using a computer technically you're not bidding.
Okay, they're out paying me.
You see, this whole system is messed up.
Because all they do is, I set the limit. I'm not going to have an unlimited amount.
I'd like to announce that I'm going to tear this system down starting my next auction.
I don't think you can.
Oh, so I'm going to figure it out.
I think what you should do is embrace the mechanism.
I will never. How? What's there to embrace?
You become a sniper.
But technically, you're not even guaranteed it's going to work.
Right, but you don't have to fool with it then. You don't have to sit there and watch it.
So when you get something, do you feel like you've earned it?
I feel like I bought it.
Oh, this is very, very frustrating to me.
Okay.
This is very unacceptable. Unacceptable news, people.
I can't believe you didn't know this.
I just assumed we were all honest in pursuit of
There's no dishonesty in that.
There seems to be a ton of dishonesty.
Why?
That's a step below when you send somebody to bid in your proxy.
What's the difference?
Very little.
It is like a proxy bid.
Yeah, but at least you have somebody physically there bidding.
I've employed a person who's making money. You pay them.
Let me tell you something. That's the first step to the robotic apocalypse. Is AI doing your bidding for you? That's what that is, isn't it?
I suppose it is, but we didn't call it that 10, 15 years ago.
We always called it that.
I can show you how it works, Jamie.
You know what? I refuse.
You don't want to participate?
I refuse to enter that world.
Wow, you know what? I think my mic sounds really good today.
I bet I sound like I'm 45 feet away.
You do, actually.
Really? Even now?
Well, hey, you know what? We're almost 10 minutes in.
Have we discussed the topic at all?
We hadn't even started.
Well, pull back the curtain here. We have no topic.
We always have a topic.
We're completely unprepared for this.
No, we discussed this before.
Did we?
On our last cast, we said we'd probably be doing Christmas stuff again.
Okay. It's the holiday season.
Yeah, do I need to put some music on?
I can put the music on.
You putting on the Ritz? So, my watch updated, and so I can't get to my other screens. So,
I don't know what that sentence means.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't think that's a legitimate sentence.
I had a shortcut
To what?
to my timers, so now I have to go into the widgets. So it's all good. Things you just don't know.
You and your shortcuts to timers, to bidding against honest auctioneers.
There's no dishonesty in that.
I feel like there's a lot of dishonesty.
I mean, how will you even know the difference?
I wouldn't have until you just.
And you know what? You can actually set the amount of time you place your bid before it ends, like to the second.
Yeah, I'm never doing an auction again.
So what I usually do is make a bid at 3 seconds, with 3 seconds left, and if I'm outbid, I boost it up at 1 second.
Now, is this like when you bid, does it more time get put on the clock?
No,
Okay.
it just makes the bid with 3 seconds left in the auction.
I tell you what, this is why I never buy anything online, because people snipe me and frustrate me to no end. All I try to
You didn't even know you were getting
No,
sniped.
all I try to do is live an honest life and buy things in good faith. But no, there's what are you pointing at? Did you bilk somebody out of their hard-earned items there? I'm not telling you what the items is, for I think they are Christmas gifts, right?
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, you see, I have the wherewithal not to announce what they are.
I thought you would.
You thought I was getting ready to give it away, didn't you?
No, I thought you would.
No, because I have.
Yeah, that's why I was only pointing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Christmas.
But those are vintage, and quite honestly, I've seen them very expensive.
Yes.
And guess what? I got a good deal.
Because you sniped.
I did.
I mean, what if that was somebody?
I am.
What if that was a collector that desperately needed that to finish his or her collection? And
Well, they can pay more money and get it.
I guess you got something there.
I mean, it's all about what they want to pay. I wanted a good deal.
Well, that would
Quality item at a good price.
cost. I mean, that's Walmart.
Is that their ad?
I don't know, but there's nothing
Well,
quality.
Walmart is one of our sponsors.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they? Well, great.
Dorito. We haven't even mentioned sponsors lately.
Well, because there are none. to be
Doritos.
had.
Doritos. I'm willing to try new Doritos, by the way.
Are there new Doritos you haven't tried?
What I'm saying is, if there are, I'm willing to try them. So if Doritos wants to drop a box,
Are you going to do a review of them?
I will.
Now, that's something else that I've discovered. It's just so much I discover about this world that makes me have less and less faith in humanity. You can't even trust reviews anymore.
Because they're
Bought and paid for.
yeah.
Well, what am I?
Didn't I tell you that?
Yes, you told me that. And I mean, you might as well have crushed every. I mean,
But here's the rub. That it's not supposed to happen. It violates guidelines.
yeah, it violates everything I stand for. How am I to figure out what's a good product if I got somebody bought and paid for it giving me a review of it?
I don't know. That's our industry that we work in
Yeah.
is pretty regulated. You can't give tickets to the game to anybody.
Yeah.
You can't do gift cards.
No.
You could probably give them cookies, maybe. You can on occasion provide lunch during an in-service. But I know other people that work in other industries, and they get manufacturers send them on trips, like to Europe, like a free vacation, or maybe a trip to Hawaii.
Would I have to fly?
I think no, you don't have to fly to Hawaii, but you can't drive.
I don't think I'd go.
Have you ever flown?
Yeah, I've flown twice, and it was horrible. You know what? Flying would be okay if
You learn to other people.
yeah, if everybody just stay off the plane.
I'll tell you, the best flight I ever had was on a private jet.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You walk You walk straight in and get on the plane.
What a brave statement. The best flight I've ever had was on a private jet. Way to take a stand.
It was great. And there's only like 8 people on the plane, so.
Yeah, you see, were you tired of them? Did you want them off the plane? I'd been like, what are you 8 people doing here?
No, I mean, I spent several days with them hiking, so it was all good.
So you knew them previously?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
I would imagine.
All right, well, shall I give the green light?
Yeah. I figured we've been going at it for a while.
I have to officially give the green light.
I
really want to put my arms here because my shoulder is
so much I
killing
want to
me.
do, but this table echoes every movement I make.
I know. You need like a podcast table.
We need podcast hammock seats.
I saw there's a guy I follow on Instagram, and he's a bricklayer.
Okay.
It's amazing the stuff he does. And he has a podcast now. But guess where he podcasts from?
Brick store?
A brick wall. No, he built a little podcast center in the back of his van, which is just like my van.
That's outstanding.
So he built this little seated area with the table in the middle. He's got like... it's really cool.
There's so much cool stuff going on with people's vans now. There's like Instagram pages of people that, I don't want to say trick out, I hate that phrase, soup up their vans for camping purposes. And
Yeah. I had a dream of doing that with mine because you can do the conversion for the top where it pops up.
When you say you had a dream, is it a sleeping dream or like a MLK had a dream of, not like to the extent of MLK.
You mean like a goal?
Like a hypothetical dream.
No, I mean.
Did you sleep?
I had an idea.
An idea. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't asleep.
Okay. Well, I thought that's what
but
you meant.
It is a dream now because it's no longer my van.
You can't do anything to that thing. I'll report you.
Right. So people would do that conversion. I think it cost like $20,000. But then you could sell the van for like $80,000.
Oh, I'm sure. I was
like, what?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
C'est la vie. Maybe another time.
Christmas.
So I have started the clock.
Yeah, it's been started for some time. We're 17 minutes in.
Christmas. So last time we talked about movies.
Yes.
And so I've been into the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And one that we talked about that I just watched was The Man Who Invented Christmas.
Yeah.
The Charles Dickens.
Yeah. Good movie.
I thought that was great. I want to watch it again.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I liked how he would visualize the story, and I guess this is a phrase I used to hate. My mind's eye.
Yeah.
I don't know why I hated it. It seemed like whenever I heard it, there was always a pompous person saying it.
Like a English teacher or professor?
Yeah. When I look into my mind's eye, well, jog on.
Are you looking into your mind's eye?
There's no such thing.
Or looking through your mind's eye?
My chakra.
Chakra? So,
I guess we'll never get to the
Charlie
subject
Dickens.
Yeah.
I think that's a good watch. If you're a fan of A Christmas Carol, The Dickens Tale, the movie. So Dickens is he's written some books. He's had success. He's very famous in London town. Is he in London?
Mm-hmm. He's in London.
So it has a lot of good backstory to it about his life, and I don't know if it's all factual, but because I haven't studied
There's
Dickens.
some facts. They obviously take artistic liberties whenever you're making a movie, but as far as his father going to debtor's prison
because he owed 42 pounds.
Yeah, which if you read Christmas Carol or watch Christmas Carol, you see the underlying tone of wealth is bad, which I'm not an agreeer to.
Yeah, but he was wealthy.
Yeah. He was,
ultimately,
he was what is considered today a limousine liberal.
What does that mean?
It's somebody that preaches the
Oh, I got
all
you.
that, but at the same time taking their private jet across country, and
Are there people like that in our country?
you wouldn't think it. You wouldn't think they'd come out of
I
California.
feel like there's professional athletes that
Yeah.
are like that.
Are there people like that in our country, and why do they mostly come from California?
I don't know. Maybe they moved there because that's.
Now they're leaving there in droves.
But I was going to say something about that.
Oh, sorry. I probably said.
Anyway, I think The Christmas Carol is like one of the most popular books ever.
I was just thinking that last night, that I can't think of a more popular story, except, stories out of the Bible.
Right, and he wrote that book around 1840, 42, 44.
Yeah, somewhere in there. I can't remember the exact date he wrote it. But yeah, no, it's.
I would love to go back in time and see London during that period. I know it was dirty, nasty, but I just have a vision that it's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to go back and see all types of places like that. But I'd love to go back and. Now, I probably wouldn't want to walk across the street in these places, but I'd like to go back in time and see an old West town. But, walking across the street, you better pull up your britches because you're going to step probably ankle deep in mud.
The roads weren't really good.
Yeah, people emptying their chamber pots out in the street.
Ew.
Yeah, it's just disgusting. The best show I've ever seen encapsulate what the roads were like. Because, you watch Westerns I grew up with. It's perfectly matted down streets. John Wayne's just strolling across.
Because it's probably a studio.
It was a studio, but Deadwood on HBO. It's probably how it was. Like, women were walking across the street, hiking their skirts up almost to their knees because of the slop. There's boards in the road, so they can step on them.
And there was probably garbage everywhere, much like it is here again.
Yeah.
Apparently we've forgotten how to throw garbage away.
Yeah.
We just don't care.
And
it's very Christmassy.
You technically, especially in the downtown region, thank you, a certain lady mayor, but I see people essentially emptying their chamber pots directly out of their bodies onto the street.
Have you seen that here?
I have seen it.
In Knoxville?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's very disturbing.
I guess I need to reawaken my ambitions.
I reckon you ought to. You really ought to. Because, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it a total of 3 times. And sadly, you would think they'd all be dudes, but 2 out of the 3 were women.
Wow, I guess I'm just not very observant.
Yeah. When you're in that area, you're making a beeline for Balters.
It's just Balter.
You didn't have to call me out on that.
It's not plural.
that didn't need to be called out. There was no reason to call that out.
Maybe you think an old man Balter's place.
My heavens, sir! I would have got away with it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not around here, kid.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah, I like that movie. I'm probably going to watch it again.
Yeah.
Just because I'm really big into that period of time anyway, like the clothing and anyway.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen any other new Christmas movies. We tried to watch Gremlins last night.
Yeah, I do consider that a Christmas
Oh,
movie.
wait, what did we say? All these movies are basically movies that take place during Christmas?
Christmas is a backdrop to a lot of these movies. They're not Christmas movies if Christmas is not the primary thing. If John McClane is fighting off terrorists, I guess European terrorists, which in the 80s that seemed to be the most prevalent terrorists we ever saw in movies.
I guess that was it.
Yeah, when John McClane's fighting that off, I don't say, hey, you know what, this really spreads the Christmas cheer. No. I say, now go get those terrorists, John McClane. You go get those terrorists.
John McClane?
Is it John McClane?
I think it is. It's not John McCain.
Could you imagine that episode of Die Hard? My heavens. But, no, I guess the Christmas I watched last night. What Christmas movie did I watch? Oh, I watched, you talk about a random pull. Freddy the Freeloader's Christmas special. Came on HBO in the early 80s.
Yeah.
Red Skelton and
Yeah.
Vincent Price.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. It's on YouTube.
It is?
Yeah.
I guess that's where you can go find other things.
Yeah.
I forgot about YouTube movies.
Yeah. Even though it's a horrible company.
Have you watched Emmett Otter?
Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas?
Yeah.
That's on my list. Grew up with that.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
So I had it. I don't know where it is.
Although there may be others.
I wonder, is it on any of the channels?
My phone's across the room where I'd give it a Google.
Google it.
Give it a Google.
I'm gonna have to find it. Although I think the last time I watched it, the clarity of the picture, the resolution was unimpressive. I think it needs to be remastered.
Yeah, okay. Remastered Emmett Otter.
HD.
HD Emmett Otter. You know, they still look like puppets.
4K resolution.
They just need to remake it and make it live action.
Like with real animals?
Well, you know, they could do like a Pixar version.
Oh, yeah. Easy. I wonder if AI could just do it.
You're just wanting to push this apocalypse, aren't you?
Yeah. Did you ever get back on the AI?
It won't give me one thing I request. I've been blocked twice.
I need to send you a different one.
It's Bing.
I think the one I have is a different one.
You know what the first thing I tried to create was? Wilford Brimley fist fighting Little Debbie. And
what's with you with Wilford Brimley?
it's when my sisters listen, they'll appreciate it more. He was the go-to for us growing up. Like the stupidest thing I've ever done. And I feel bad because it was my sister's my sister MJ. It was her commemorative basketball she got from Pat Summit's
basketball
camp, which I guess I didn't even check to see if it was signed on one side, which it was. So on the other side, I took a marker and wrote, "To Mary Joan, keep her rocking. Yours, Wilford Brimley." That's just the go-to for us growing up. I don't know why.
Oh, Wilford.
We reference.
You know, I always thought very highly of him until I watched the movie The Firm. He wasn't a good person.
No, he wasn't.
I was like, he's destroyed.
Now, wasn't he like an actual cowboy?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he was a actual like cowboy rodeo style.
Like he worked as a cowboy?
I think he worked on the 4-6's ranch, which is referenced on the show Yellowstone. But I think I read somewhere Wilford Brimley was an actual hardcore cowboy back in the day.
Well, I mean, when was he born, you think? Early
82, 83. No, I don't know.
1880?
1986, I think, is
When he was born?
I don't know when Wilford Brimley.
Impossible. Is Wilford Brimley in any Christmas movies?
You know, I don't think Wilford Brimley's in one Christmas movie. He's a bad person.
Maybe he never got asked.
Maybe.
He's a cowboy Christmas.
And his best role was the coach on The Natural.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In his diabetes commercials.
And diabetes.
Didn't he do like a Quaker Oats commercial?
He was the face of Quaker Oats, except for the actual Quaker that was on the label.
He wasn't actually the Quaker.
No. I can't imagine Wilford Brimley being adverse to a little bit of fist fighting.
I think he could do it. Well, I mean, he can't now, but
something tells me he could.
So we did try to do AI generated picture. So the first one Jamie asked me to do was Wilford Brimley fighting Phyllis Diller.
Yeah, I want to see him fight these women, I think.
And so it didn't happen that way.
No.
It didn't put them together, but it actually
made a hybrid.
It combined Phyllis Diller with Wilford Brimley's mustache and glasses.
Yeah, he gave us a slightly heavy-set Phyllis Diller. with
crazy.
the mustache. It was fantastic.
I may try to do some AI Christmas Wilford Brimley.
Hey, I think he would have made a fantastic Santa Claus. You kids want your presents.
A little Western twist.
Oh yeah. Another Christmas movie I was thinking about is Ernest Saves Christmas.
Yeah, I haven't watched that in a long time.
Then also, I'm thinking I'm gonna watch Santa Claus the movie. Did you ever watch that with Dudley Moore as the elf and John Lithgow as the corporate fat cat that was trying to put Santa Claus out of business?
I think I'm sure I have seen it, but it's been.
Yeah, good Christmas movie.
So it's what's it called?
Santa Claus the movie.
That's it.
That's it. It's got the guy that what was his name? He was on Oh Brother Where Art Thou? The Pappy O'Doyle.
Pappy O'Daniel?
Was that O'Daniel? No, it's Pappy O'Doyle.
No.
Pappy O'Daniel?
Yeah.
That's what I said. But he played Santa Claus. Yeah.
When that had to be in the 80s.
Oh yeah, it was in the 80s.
Dudley Moore. What happened to Dudley Moore?
I don't know if he's still with us or not, but
And John Lithgow was in everything.
yeah, you couldn't sling a dead cat without hitting John Lithgow back in the day. Although
Is he still around?
Yeah, he was in the movie, which is such an underrated movie, Interstellar. With Matthew McConaughey.
Is that where he
Goes into a black hole and
and he communicates with his
Daughter,
kid through the moving stuff at the house or something?
yeah, he goes into the black hole where physics breaks down completely. And I mean, I thought it was an amazing little visual movie, but I mean, all that is theory. Nobody knows what happened.
Is that a Christmas movie?
It should be.
I guess if you watch a movie during Christmas, does it make it a Christmas movie?
You know, let's watch The Predator this Christmas Eve.
Okay, so if you were going to watch something tonight, what would it be?
I will watch something tonight, as I watch a Christmas movie every night in the Christmas season. I think I'm going to watch the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Yeah. Yeah, we watched that.
I mean, it's a pretty good little Grinch.
I kind of like the animated one, the new animated.
I've never seen it. Is it good?
I think Benedict Cumberbatch is the voice of the Grinch.
He is.
I mean, it's the same story.
Okay. Yeah. Do you ever watch Hallmark Christmas movies? I never have.
Well, I have watched a few. One of them specifically because it supposedly takes place in Tennessee, and guess what the town is?
What?
White Pine.
I figured it was White Pine. Yeah.
And I think they actually call it White Pines.
Can I take a stab at the plot?
Go for it.
So it's a girl comes from the big that's from the small town but moves to the big town and is in a big corporation. Comes back to her hometown to find the low key fella that's running his family's business in the small town, who's getting ready to go up against the same corporation she works for that's trying to take over his type of business.
Mm-hmm.
And she slowly falls in love with him, but needs to tell him that, hey, I work for this conglomerate that's trying to take your business over. Even though she already has a well-meaning but a little bit cruel boyfriend back in the big city.
No.
No? No, you're wrong. That's
No,
how
it's not. I'll tell you the plot. So the town, there's a big company that's wanting to buy the town.
It's the same thing.
No, let me tell you.
Okay.
It's a little different
Yeah,
because they're building a ski resort. Okay, and this is in the Smoky Mountains.
Okay.
Right. But the girl in the story owns a cookie store in the town, and the guy comes to town. He works for the people
the big
that are
conglomerate.
right. But it turns out Guess who gets their cookies from this cookie place?
Who?
Santa Claus.
Well, that's a twist that I didn't expect. But up until Santa Claus, what I described was that plot. It's just I mixed the gender.
It's the same plot in every one of them.
That was my whole point. But the Santa Claus was a big curveball.
Yeah, and they're like, how are we going to fill this order?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he does, the dude does fall in love with the...
I need to watch Coat of Many Colors. I do like that.
Is it a Christmas movie?
Yeah, it comes on during Christmas time. Oh, Dolly.
Dolly.
Oh, Dolly. I'm sure sweet.
Welcome to Dollywood. She sounds like an old woman these days.
But she looks like a plastic figurine.
So our time has passed, James.
Yeah, I don't know if we discussed anything really, but
We discussed a lot.
Life.
A lot of nothing.
Life and the meaning of it.
Oh, I could do an episode on that right now.
I don't think I'm ready for that. All right.
Yeah, I don't know if tears and crying transfers very well during a podcast. So
I just got to warn you, if that's ever the case, I will put these earphones off my head.
What?
And just walk out the building.
For crying?
Yeah, I'm sitting right across from you. I can't handle that.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
Nobody wants that.
No.
I don't know.
No.
Okay. Well, that's. I guess that's a wrap of this one. Next week is the week before Christmas, so I'm not sure what's going on.
We'll give it a shot. No guarantees, because I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
What?
I'm off Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday next week.
I mean, this is the last month of the year, and you're taking off?
Listen,
Don't
this
you
whole
know-
industry was built on the last week of the year. Y'all can't expand it to the last month of the year. That's tyrant talk.
I
right
mean,
there.
no one can have time off in
In
December.
the last week of the year is how we've always played it.
I was told I couldn't take any time off during the month. This is in our former life.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
And last year I wasn't working,
right.
and I thought, this is the year. I get to enjoy Christmas and just
Did
hang
you?
out. No, I ran a winter camp.
You see, you do this to yourself. You didn't have to run the winter camp.
And so I spent the whole time leading up to the camp
I'm not-
trying to get it done. And then the day after Christmas, I leave.
I'm not entertaining the notion about you running this winter camp because it's something you volunteered for, I'm sure.
I did.
Yeah.
It worked out great. It was very successful.
Okay, well then, happy ending.
Yeah. And I told